on tonight. So, who else? Can you see me there, yeah? Like, you're facing it like that. Yeah. Right, welcome back. My fault last week, messed up the audio.
Nice to be back.
You live and learn. I tried for 4 days to resolve it, I couldn't do it, I threw it out the window. Right, so we'll have to start from scratch. So what I'll say is obviously welcome Jamie Hodgkinson, welcome Stuart.
Hello.
Can you please tell me what an independent councillor is and go from there?
Yeah, so obviously we're both independent councillors for Atherton Ward, and as an independent councillor we represent the community, and we are the voice on the council in Wigan Borough.
Right. So when in terms of like a democratic election then, so obviously they vote for independent. Yeah. So you are a candidate that people can vote for, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just like it's just local elections. So how did you start with you? How did you get into it?
I got into local politics really around at the same time as the Esky Fletcher School was shutting down. But prior to that, really, what really got me interested in local politics was a personal incident that happened to me.
Okay.
Basically.
Do you want to share that with me?
Yeah, well, I was in the Navy for quite some time, and when I first left, I got into a council house with a wife in Leigh, on Manchester Road in Leigh. Right. And there was a troublesome family, let's put it that way, on the estate, making a beeline for ourselves. Making a bit, causing, well, not just ourselves, but other people as well, but being still in military mode, I was putting on for myself, And it all came to an end, and I put my point across in no uncertain terms.
Yeah, but like, as a member of the community, it's like you shouldn't have to do that.
No, but the trouble I'm trying to get into, because is what got me into it, is that when we went to the council and the police, and the other residents were around there, they didn't want to know. And it's still the similar case now, which is why when people contact me over similar concerns, I know full well what they're going through. I've lived life, and so personal experiences got me into politics.
The thing is, it's like I said, people will go through that every day, and the fact that you've done it is commendable, really, because it's a thankless task. This, and obviously, like you get a lot of not abuse, but you get. A bit like, well, I'm not. I suppose you're like what's the word I'm looking for? A kneeling post, sent you for some people.
Yeah.
And you're the first port of call for a lot of people. So, but yourself, Jamie, how did you get into it?
So I got into politics basically from being 16-year-old. 16-year-old, I was started into politics, and it was basically getting involved with different community groups. And then I thought, I can do a bit more than this. So I started following politics locally. And then obviously when I was 20, I decided to stand first time for a local election on campaigns, what were happening locally at the time.
Right.
Obviously.
So was this with independent, or did you go with one of the other parties at this point?
No, so I was with the main party originally, as a young...
Red and blue? Red and blue?
It was red and pot.
So it
was a young member for 2 years. And obviously when I became 18, I realised
it's all like.
Well, I was just a brick road. It worked for me. I've got in it for the community, not to be told to follow party line and stuff like that.
That's what I mean. It's like
locally in Atherton, obviously people, whoever you talk to, want you to stand up.
If you want to talk political about it, but a lot of people don't realise that Labour was a communist party at one point. It worked about socialist values all them years ago.
Yeah.
And there's still underlying there where it's like everyone should be equal and all that, but in communism, you're not equal. It's who's at the top is winning. Yeah. We're not getting into that. So
I think at the moment, especially national politics, everything's up in the air. Into people's views are all a bit mixed at the moment.
I think the main parties are two sides of the same.
I think personally, from a political standpoint, there needs to be a massive change, and I don't think it's what people reform and that. I think government is based on a thing that was invented. 1600s, Parliament came about, it's sold, get rid of it, let's have something new.
And it's not that locally, people don't realise that local elections are for us local democracy is totally different than national.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
And
so
for me,
people get it all mixed
for me personally, feudalism still exists.
Yeah.
It does.
I mean,
1,000,000%.
you're on about something different. Locally, I'm with you because personally, I don't think there should be any party politics locally.
No,
It should just be people who are
in
standing
their own communities.
in their own communities on issues that they feel very strong about and how they can do the best, rather than being about political issues at national and not local.
I agree with you because
Yeah.
it's like, for me now, you look at these people and you're like, I'm not going to name names, you're in power and stuff, and you just think, you've no idea. They have no idea what it's like. And not saying obviously it's a bad place, but in Atherton,
Yeah.
no idea, so far away from it. It's like no idea, but like them two main parties, they've been back and forth, and it's just like you've done nothing really. It's changed. I think that it's based on an old system that's outdated. It's like there's always knocking on door with that £500 million stick. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, but it
So
also puts people off when they see all that what's happening. It puts people off locally for getting out voting.
Yeah,
Because they think, why should we bother?
you look when you go in and he said Prime Minister's questions and all that, and House and Lords and they'll come in, they have to knock. You just think, there's laws now that are from a council estate who've done well. Obviously, they've been given the lordship, and they have not to get into Parliament. It's like it's still saying that the Lords are in charge, really. Like they have to be invited in and all that, and it's because it's still feudalist. But anyway, we're not getting a bit around here. We're here all night. So for me personally, I want to just start off by bringing up this anti-knife campaign. I'll start with that first.
Yeah.
So for me now around here, right, obviously there's been a few incidents in the last few weeks, violent crimes, etc. It's on the rise, right? And it's not, the thing is, you can't stop adults doing such to each other, but there's kids that are getting it. So I said to Brad, I want to set this up, yeah, go for it, right? So we're doing it, approach yourselves, you'll support it. To be fair, I've supported Joe Black, who support it. The other people I can't get assisted from is the actual police. And I think it's wild that for the last 2 days, I've baited them on Facebook and social media, they've not bothered. I've rang them millions of times, they're not interested. And it just blows my mind that someone's trying to do a difference that helps them. I know they don't know I'm trying to do it because I've not spoken to them yet. Why is it I cannot get hold of the police? Or just to speak.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what they said, right? They said, can you go to your local police station? I said, no, it's close. Sure, well, where's your local police station? Where do you live? I said, Atherton, we have to go to Wigan. I said, I have to go to Wigan to speak about Atherton. She said, well, if you're not answering your phone, yeah. I said, are you alright? I said, 10 miles away. If you're alright, I didn't know that. I said, well, that's what I'm saying. Why should I go to Wigan to speak to someone there? Answer the phone. First and foremost.
Yeah.
We talk about Atherton.
Well, we've had this issue about the police station, about getting Atherton reopened many a times, and just keep getting knocked back all the time. I mean, the incident you spoke about there, from what I can gather, one of the young lads he was running to the police station for safety, a bit of safety.
I didn't know that, was it?
Yeah, but that's what I gather.
I mean, I start speculating.
But it's
upsetting.
I put a complaint in last week over the first incident that happened, and I've done it again today with what's happened there. And I've put a post on social media today about we need people to actually report stuff.
Yeah, I think with that it's not going to happen. That
no, but we need it to happen, Chris. We need to change people's mentality, and because anybody who contacts me or Jamie or Paul, we will their feelings. But they keep coming back to us and saying we need data. It's not been reported.
I don't want to say stuff that's going to make me look trying to be. But you're not going to change that mentality.
No, we know that. No. We know that. But what I'm trying to say is the brick wall we get off the police and the council, the community resilience team and what have you, is that no one's reported it to us. They've not got that data, and that's what it's all data driven.
What gets me, I put a post on Facebook in March. Obviously, half an hour in my house, like knocking up door.
Oh yeah, we've definitely got Facebook police.
Yeah, so obviously that's why I'm trying to bait them now. They're not interested.
Yeah.
I should have put that on about, but instead of firework off, they were at my door. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Chris Paul, here. Yeah, why? So they said, come here. It's me like what?
But we've
taken off or you're being arrested.
Recently, obviously, about knives and stuff, knife safety and all that lot was brought up as a motion by the council at the last council meeting. About the bins coming out, the knife bins, which obviously our local ones live.
I mean, like, the kids not going to go to league.
So I've chased up, I've said this week, and I've even emailed the police as well, the inspector in it, to say, Luke, how and when is this going to be rolled out to every town or town centre across the borough? And hopefully it'll be happening very soon.
It's very soon. When's very soon?
Well, that's a big question, isn't it? How long, what does it take? Because obviously since that motion what was put in and we supported it, obviously we've chased it up this week. Since then we've had 2-3 incidents regarding knives. You know, the police are now looking and getting all this data together because obviously there's a lot of stuff we don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's
like that week I was saying
involving knives.
I was saying to a friend of mine, it's something you don't know about. They don't report it, but ends up being reported to the hospital. You know what I mean? Because they're not the place where they go to a hospital get treatment, and it ends up being back to police what it is. But see, the thing for me is like the council, not you guys, you try and do your best, but the council, government, they don't seem to change with the times. So like for us, Randy, we know there's certain mentalities that won't cooperate with the police, right? But the police will still try and force cooperation. I don't understand why. They know they won't get cooperation, but they still try and get it. So it's like change the policing tactics, or the government should be like obviously Joe said to me on the phone, it's like, I said, but you're not going to get that. So you should be changing your political way or whatever your working way to do.
There's changing with the times. I get that. Use technology. You know, I mean, one of the guys around here, he set up an app called Safe Streets, didn't he? Where a lot of people used, and that were great. Like and all that. It's called Safe Streets. It's an app. I think it's still live. But you say about changing with it. Sometimes you need to go back and go back to having local police stations back open where people can go to. Man desks, more policing on the streets, be proactive rather than reactive.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, and that's.
Social media brings a lot of it out, doesn't it, into public?
Yeah, it does. It doesn't help if it makes everything better. But like you said, you got to go back to the schools. I don't think old school policing.
And also, Chris, we've got to go back to family values. I mean, we can lay the blame at the police and the council, but sometimes parents and what have you have got to take some responsibility of how their children are behaving.
I understand that, I get that,
you know.
But you've got to understand that a lot of the incidents that do take place are from kids that are out of area. And we get that. We get that, yeah. And it's like, I don't want to obviously speculate about who's involved and what that, but it's just
rivalry, don't you?
When we were growing up, there were no WhatsApp and all that. Like meet us here and there. You know, it's all.
I don't want to get into that realm where we're saying it's. I just want to ask, but in terms of obviously institutions and obviously the stuff that's in place, like the police, they should be doing. For me, they said they're doing this intelligent. They're surely doing that. They're not doing the basic shit right.
Yeah.
And it sounds obviously like swearing, but like as I said, this camera in the Market Street, for instance, like what's it doing?
Well, that.
Well, no, just what was it doing?
Well, that camera is an APNR camera, basically. That's for traffic, and that's a council camera, not police.
Does it catch people what doing?
Just
no insurance and stuff like
just going through the just going through the pedestrianised zone, and it's.
So what? Did you get fined for doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whether they're still getting fined, the first 6 months were letters, meant.
So I said to Joe Plattis, I said, you put that camera in the street, right? So what's it doing? Well, I said, listen, why don't you put a camera where there's a crime spot? Just for example, I don't know, just try it. Well, I said, you found that on that camera, right? It's one where this shop at McCall is always being robbed. So then people that work out in that shop, they must be frightened dead. So I put a camera out there. Well, I said, look, I know you can't give me straight answer because you're a politician. I said, but it just makes sense to me. That camera's doing nothing. A camera there would prevent that. So I said, my uncle would have been affected.
The cameras, I mean,
they can be distributed.
They can be distributed, but it's mainly for fly tipping. So
that's what they mean.
You know, but you know, I can understand that.
Fly tipping's not
they've only got
the not bad as a kid being stabbed.
The council have only got so many cameras. So when Operation Bluefin was in operation,
which was a lot,
and I think it still is, but not at the extent it was before.
Yeah,
they had a camera up on the.
It was ASB, wasn't it, on local parks?
On local parks, so there's a
so
there's a camera. Well, there's only 1 or 2 cameras between the whole borough. Now I've mentioned to them, and I fully agree with cameras should be in all the hotspots. even in all like one in the shopping centre. Well, we have got CCTV in the shopping centre.
Yeah.
You got to remember that there is
Where?
all down. Well, it's all down.
Market Street.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, no, I know that, but what I'm saying is like, you've got it to protect the shops. Like,
Well, it does pick up. I mean, there was all the cameras in there. I mean, they could pinpoint things on Mars and Jupiter and get clearer pictures than what they were getting down Market Street. But they have all visually been upgraded to HD cameras, so they can actually pick out people.
But what I'm saying is like there was a cameras where there's business to protect. I get it, right? I understand that, but that shop where that took place is a business.
Yeah.
And there's people that work in that business that, if just for me, if a camera were watching that business, that would happen someday.
Yeah.
Like,
I think what it is with the.
But I know cameras don't prevent.
They expect businesses and even residents have all got their own CCTV doorbell footage, haven't they? You know. But I get with you, if there's a deterrent there. I mean, I've even asked, all right, we've only got 1 or 2 cameras. So this was on a fly tipping issue, was it? Give Field Park, let me think.
No, I'm saying
I'll give Field Park
really, but fly tipping.
They put this camera there, and funnily enough, all the fly tipping stopped. So it's a similar, it's a similar thing to what you're saying. Yeah. But as soon as they took it away, it's all started. I said, well, why can't you have dummy cameras if it's so expensive?
Yeah,
people are not to know, and they come back with some legislation that they can't be done. You know what I mean? So that's what we're up against. Common sense goes out the window.
You are fighting the battle, in my opinion, because like for those people that don't know, obviously I'm going to split it 2 in it.
Yeah.
North and south. Now, do you want to explain what that works?
So, obviously, there was a boundary change within Wigan Borough, 2 years ago, 3 years? 3 years ago. And it goes off population. So every 20 years, they do a boundary review. So Atherton, most of it was Atherton Ward. Now it's Atherton North and Atherton South Ward, because it used to be in Atherley Ward. So they've rejigged the boundaries.
Who does the boundary decision?
Boundary Commission.
Boundary Commission, which is a government-led, parliament-led thing. So Atherton North is basically, the line of it is Market Street. So everything north of Market Street is Atherton North. Everything south of Market Street is Atherton South. And it splits again at the Talbot and the cemetery and Tilsley Road. Yeah.
So, like, who's in charge? What's the local councillors in South?
You've got 3 Labour councillors, Councillor Erding, Wales and McStee.
So,
but you got to remember, even though we said Atherton South, I've got to add that you've got this Atherton South and Lilford, so there's quite a lot of Lee voters, which usually get one over the line at election time. So if people are listening who live in Atherton South and want to have an independent council again, get out and vote.
It's like, I guess that Labour and Independents don't get along, do they?
We do.
I mean, we have to work together. Election time becomes nasty.
I heard the one that I can get you this camera here. When it came to the vote, obviously, Labour haven't South that voted in. Is that true?
Well, they're the ones
because Labour Council Wigan told them how to do it.
Well, they push more for it.
Ourselves, so the independent councillors,
voted against it.
Well, made we made our concerns known. Fully, even we put in a petition up, and but because all 6 of us weren't in agreement to it, it's the.
It's like 50-50.
But so, as soon as it all came, it's going up this camera by the. They put one up in Bradgate and Lee, a couple of other areas, all at the same time, and I put a note up said we won't get rid of it, and within 2 weeks it was up. No.
Yeah, it's like it just seems to be.
I'm fully for the street. I mean, people want to obviously know about the market. I'm fully for it opening up. I can't see why it's Market Street. I can't see why. And
it's just what makes me laugh though is that camera's up there, people still drive anyway.
I can't see why a town with the layout of Atherton and the size of Atherton has to have a pedestrianised zone.
Yeah.
You know, it came in roundabout with the bendy buses. That's why the street's laid out as it is, like a snake store.
And they've gone.
No, it was before that because they actually cut half a bit away but make the road straight because of the bendy buses.
Yeah, and it's like there's just no need.
They've got these big B2.
You've got loading bays which could easily be used as stopping shops after loading times. Yeah. We've got businesses complaining to us that they can't get the beer or the deliveries in at certain times.
I mean, it's like
and what the solution is to take some of the parking away on Morley Street and Stanley Street and make a loading base.
I was trying to remember me.
It's crazy.
When? Because there was a point where it was fully pedestrianised, wasn't there? Like no buses came in.
It's never been fully pedestrianised. It's always been buses all.
So when did they stop the cars coming through then?
They've never stopped.
I was trying to think over there. I thought
that time,
there's always been vehicles coming down.
So the time frame what's up has always been up, but they couldn't police it because they didn't have the police.
It's like
I can just about remember it being two-way. Market Street with double yellow lines down it.
I see.
But it's majority of the time it was just a one-way system. One way down Market Street, one way down Meal House Lane with parking spaces, and it worked well. You can go to any other town in Britain with a similar size to Atherton, even in this borough or next door in West Atherton.
Yeah,
and that's what happens.
And people stop, get out of the shop, go and buy something, and that's how it is. You get slingshot around Atherton town centre.
Yeah,
you either end up in Tesco's or Lee.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to put the questions up and we just go off that, but like for me, Atherton is just sort of like no, it's just a car park for V1, V2, like we said last time.
Yeah. Well, that as well, and employees, and train station, whatever.
Obviously, last time we sort of did people. We touched on the money for the Market Street, for the shop front thing. Remember?
The investment,
Yeah, so we left it that last time. But my question was, these buildings are not all them.
Majority,
Yeah. So why is it that the council, the money you would get would go towards a privately owned building being funded?
Well, there's always schemes.
Where's the thing? Sorry.
There's always schemes all over the country, in big cities, into little towns where there is investment.
Right.
I mean, you can look at something as little as in Tilsley, where they've had money to do buildings up. When they do invest, or there is certain conditions go on to them buildings if they accept the funding. It's not always just give them money.
Yeah.
There is certain conditions that go with it to be in.
And that's usually like a heritage.
So would the landlords apply for that?
They can if they want to. Yeah, it would be like, it's supposed to be like a grant. I mean, and then you can go to like bigger things. I know last week you mentioned about what would it do to Atherton, but you look at, I mean, on a bigger scale, like the docks at Liverpool, what were all run down, and then all been done up, and now it's like a place to go, So from big scale to little scale, but I know one thing for certain, that if we don't do anything, investments or apply for funding, nothing's going to change.
And that's run, Tilsley's run by
gangsters.
No, it's a community group what applied for the funding, which were business owners, residents, community groups. I think it's Tilsley or something like that.
I know, I'm amazing.
So basically, then what he got from English Heritage was to improve the shop fronts.
But they have to have backing off the council.
Backing off council.
Yeah.
Council. So they have to have, people supporting everything.
Yeah.
And it's got to be a community-led project. Yeah. And if businesses wanted the shop fronting to be doing or restored to where it would have been years ago, I think it's a lot of it's down to different signages, so no one's overlooked, overpowered. Again,
be certain standards.
It's just so honestly, I will get it right, James. I will get it right. So just to go back to what we're saying, obviously investment and stuff in terms of Atherton. So is there any investment coming? Is there any investment due in?
There's over the years we've tried to tick every box on the council obstacle. The council have thrown in front of us. So we've had to have a master plan, which we've done.
What is this master plan? Because you mentioned it last time. Around it.
Well, it's a document online if you search on the Wigan Council's site.
The League?
The Wigan Council's site, just search for Atherton Master Plan, there'll be a PDF document on there. It's been updated 4 or 5 times now, hasn't it? Something like that.
Well, they keep changing the goal, I think.
No, it's just a revision. So, like I say, we've applied for the MERS fund challenge and
The what, the mayors?
the MERS.
Greater Manchester Walking and Cycling Fund, wasn't it?
No, we've got that. We've got money for that, for the walking and cycling, which
What was that used on?
that's going to be used
You're
on.
not there yet, no.
Well, it is. It's going to be there. I mean, some residents will have had plodding notices.
Oh, what? Yeah, that was it. So, is there some form of new cycle route being put around Atherton?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
mainly
That's
around,
what you thought.
mainly around your area in the Atherton part.
Yeah, but it doesn't go past my house, does it?
No.
Not be close. But so, for example, for years, even going back when Norman Bradbury and Bob's playing the councillors, there's a ramp at the end of Upton Road,
Yes, there is.
right? Which
Like
nobody, because that's right on the border of Wigan and Bolton Council. That strip of land is like the boundary.
Upton Road is
top end of Upton.
Top end of
Which
Upton
was
Road.
Upton Road's train station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there's
yeah.
a strip. There's
Yeah,
what
where
used to be a public
Where
footpath.
Tory Pitters.
Sorry, Picker.
So, for example, now that walking and cycling scheme, we got the Greater Manchester Combined Authority to take ownership of that through this scheme, and that's now going to be refurbished and brought back into a good use, really, because older people using it get to the train station.
But obviously, I
tripping,
was
you know.
walking around there, and it's obviously been known to me. But I didn't realise that was a boundary. Is that what Bolton Cycling there?
Yeah, that strip of land, yeah, that's
So,
Bolton
the
Council.
Tory Pit Memorial, what's there now?
Yeah.
That's
It's actually
Is it?
Bolton, yeah.
Since when?
That's
Forever.
path what goes all the way back.
Is it all that big?
The path's the boundary.
I've just like the town all wants it. Bolton don't want it.
Yeah, so, well,
So I call the rucks, the fencing of the rucks is the boundary.
yeah, so everyone backs onto
It's
yeah.
like the kid don't wants it. But like,
Well, this is what causes problems for us, because there's a lot of things which are not in council ownership. So sometimes it's Bolton Council, sometimes it's unadopted, so nobody takes ownership of it. A lot of land like backings and stuff like that belong to like Lord Ilford.
Who?
Lord Ilford.
Lord Ilford.
Lilford.
Lord Lilford. So there's a Lord Lilford.
Yeah.
So hang on a minute. So Lilford Park is named after Lord Lilford.
Yeah.
And he's still alive.
Yeah.
How old is he?
It's passed down, isn't it? It's a name that's passed down.
Oh my.
I think they live on
Hang on, so the Lord of
Isle of
Lee.
Wight or something like that.
The Lord of Lee.
No.
No,
Wait. Where's Lord Lilford live?
Isle of Wight, I think.
Oh my God, that's what I mean. The Lord of the Lord.
But I'm not
Isle of
going
Wight,
to give you a quick history lesson.
What I'm saying is this is what I mean. This is what I'm mad about the UK, right? Lord Lilford, right, lives in Isle of Wight, where it's a tax haven, by the way, I'll say, and he can have a say over his land in Lee.
No, it's the Ilford family. They used to live in Atherton.
I know. That's
So,
what I mean.
so you remember a place called Atherton Hall? There's parts of it still left now. That was the
Lord Lilford.
yeah. So Wilford Park and all that used to belong to Atherton. The land was given to Lee, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Years ago.
So is that private land in essentially Lilford? So it belongs to Lord Lilford.
There's a lot of land in Atherton. So
No, a lot of it was given to the council at the time, so it's either Atherton Urban District Council as it was, or
yeah.
So what? So does he have a say in politics to live on?
Well, what's right on the agenda at the moment is the land at Atherton East, the land where on Bolton Road. Oh, that's Lord Ilford's land, and he's the one he's selling it to the developers.
It's honestly madness. Honestly,
the
that's
sake
what
of
I'm
Atherton.
saying.
The sake of Atherton, that's his
He
land.
shouldn't be allowed to.
But the council do push.
But how is it his land though? How has he got that land?
It's just
It's
history.
Because feudalism still exists in the UK. That's my opinion. But it's
So the council do push for development. So they would
of housing though.
Yeah, housing.
It's like someone said last time. It was just that said last time. These people now live in Atherton, but going to Manchester and just using hotels as houses, hotels.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people.
Spending money here.
There's a lot of people, and this is like going back to having investments in Atherton. We need people the new people who are coming into Atherton with a lot of disposable income, spending the money in this town.
It leads me to a question that obviously a resident asked. So, in terms of money being spent in Atherton, what's with all the underhand shops with the tax-free dodges and all that's been done? I'm not going to name them because obviously I don't want to be like accused of saying this, but there's a lot of shops in here and obviously services that aren't paying card, just cash only. So the residents asking what's being done about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you've got
Concerns.
you've got concerns with that, make us aware of it, or make it, or trading standards. If you've got concerns, stuff like that. There is organisations there. I mean, stuff like that is trading standards, basically. If you've got
what I'll ask then is
and you can't force people to use cash.
No, you can't. But obviously, in today's society, it's like 9 times each card.
Yeah.
But if I was to go into one of the shops and if they're only on card, they should tell me how to take it.
won't accept card.
Yeah. And
You know, and that's the prerogative. You know, it is their prerogative to take that. You know, it's not enforceable. You know,
it's like, I think,
if people have got concerns over
certain things.
you know, contact trading standards.
I feel for you guys as well, though, because there's a lot of people in Atherton, I'm not naming names or whatever, but they'll complain about everything. They will, and obviously, like,
I've never noticed.
I know, but what I'm saying is, and it's like, I get it, I understand, obviously, we're and stuff, but it's like, put the energy towards the important things, you know what I mean? It's like, people always complain about someone's park funny.
Yeah,
But it's like,
this is.
But going back to this master plan, what we're talking about, all that is being ready for any government, any Greater Manchester funding, government funding, council funding, to make sure that we've got a plan there to put into investments. It might not necessarily be things what gives that great big impact in a town centre, but say, wow, you know, but it might be something just to make traffic flow a bit better, which we can access because we've got a plan in there. We know there's issues and future developments what are coming on. How's that going to affect us?
Yeah, I think,
you know, so that going
the questions that we're
so going forward, a lot of funding does go into infrastructure rather than nice, pretty things what you see out and about.
Oh, so yeah, in terms of traffic, obviously Bill asked about the bus on my street. Do you know,
Right,
do you remember last time he said,
Yeah.
Can you ask him to stop this bloody bus coming down outside? Getting stuck every day and nearly hitting cars, particularly mine. It was never a bus route, one or two people on the bus sometimes, no one. Bridge had to be straightened due to this, and to top things off, they're trying to erect a foam mast and a box right outside someone's house when they consult anyone.
Right. Well, the bus route, it has been a bus route now and then in the past.
Yeah, I think.
And that particular route, because I used to drive it, is that it combines Wesley, Abbey Lane, Wigan Road, Atherton, Agfold, Eynsford, Shackley, all to the guarded bus route through Tilsley. Now, all them areas we used to be served by a smaller bus.
Jim Stones, wasn't it?
Yeah, they used to always be.
A great bus, that.
Yeah, so they used to always have a smaller bus.
But
TFGM have told the operator Diamond that it has to be a long wheelbase bus. Myself personally, I know that a small wheelbase bus would be more suitable and usable. But the thing is, you've got to remember now these newer B network buses, there's less seats in them.
Yeah.
So if they put a short wheelbase bus on, there's only an handful of seats because of the disabled facilities on the prams.
I do understand it on the same street.
So it's a bit of a
catch-22,
the easiest option is to split the route up and go back to how it used to be.
I understand where it's coming from. Obviously, that street I live on the same one. In that corner, it's like a 90-degree bend in essence.
Yeah, I know. I used to do it. You know,
and I think with obviously more cars being on road as well now, it's just a struggle for the buses to get round. But you can't even extend the road or anything or make it wide because it's footpath.
There's nothing there,
yeah. Nothing. Like I said, the easiest option is a short wheelbase bus. Because it used to terminate at the terminus. You know, that's obviously the natural start and stop point of it.
The station.
I was just wondering if it could, they're going left, could it go right? But it's got that tight bend there on it. So
yeah, I know through experience, it's not just there, it's coming out at the top of Springfield Road, which is tight as well, you know.
And just at the end of that, we were saying about this foam mast. It's not actually a mast.
It's my house, actually.
It's not actually a mast. It's the one that
it's a telegraph pole.
It's a telegraph
pole.
I don't
know the one at the bus stop.
That's what we've been told.
That's not a telegraph pole. It's not.
No, the one outside the house that bloke's on about.
I don't know about that one. I'm not going to
No, so what I'm saying is that's a.
What's the one on the bus stop then?
That is a foam mast.
That's what I mean.
That's a 3, 4, 5G mast, isn't it?
Yeah, but they got no one got told about that. One day they turned up and it like boom, up. Like nobody got told about it.
They've got permitted rides.
So a lot of these new for everyone go onto the internet.
But do you know what's mad though? Since that's for no one can get signal Atherton. Nobody can get signal Atherton. It's weird.
So a lot of, like I say, depends on obviously the type of house or the estate you live in, is how everything's wired in. So obviously the government rolled out that everyone had to have fibre optic internet. Majority they can't do it all underground because it means digging twice as much things up. Some estates have it so they can put it underground. other estates, type of houses don't, so it has to go over like.
It's just weird as to where that is. It's just
So that one at Laburnums, we try to
Stop that.
stop
yeah,
that.
but my house, they've got no warning on, so
No, they just turn up, and the couple of residents there, because the club itself have also got a mast on their grounds where they get actually
Because
money.
I remember,
I think they used.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do, but they used to get money for
my
renting
dad
that
was
land.
involved in getting that when he was on club at show. What's it called?
Committee.
Yeah, Wood.
Yeah.
And they got that. That were a brand spanking 3G mast that for 3310 back in day. And they were used to get. I think I think they got $2.5 a year for it. Right, and obviously I don't know if they're still doing it now. I don't want to speculate, but that one now, it's like smack bang in the middle of the bus stop. And you just think, why put it here?
Yeah.
Why?
My concern is that
strange placement.
we go back to the buses. If they have to turn around there, like I said, how the long way, it's very tight for turning a bus round in that.
The thing is that they're up and down cars that street.
Yeah.
It's mad. It's like I just don't understand why they put it there, risk it.
I'm sure there's other areas where they could have put it where it'd been out of the way, but it seems to be with these. And I've told them.
So
it's just ease them for where they can put it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it is all about.
I mean, I'll just keep going on these questions for now, and obviously we'll just pick up on it afterwards. So, how many housing multiple occupancies have been approved? And this is where I got upset last time, wasn't it? Because this is where you said about these
Well, the HMOs
companies that were building it.
I have got a document.
The problem we have with HMOs is depending how many bedrooms it is, if it needs planning permission or not. And I think the document you've got are the ones that have had planning permission as well.
Yeah, in the past. So there was a freedom of information.
Oh, what freedom? I've definitely memorised it.
And it's online. I'll post it for people on my page later on in the week. But it just shows all the addresses of which are HMOs in Wigan Borough. There's only an handful in Atherton.
Council on them ones, or
No, a lot majority of them are private.
Yeah.
And it even tells you how many bedrooms there, if they're suite or whatever, stuff like that. But there's only an handful in Atherton, and we put a stop to Circle.
yeah,
By
they really circle.
Yeah, they're
Madison.
the devil incarnate, if you ask me, because they're chucking out.
Yeah,
They're handing money to
it's just
to landlords and kicking good people out for.
And it's not that, it's pushing private rents up.
It's all it is to me. This is what they are.
Yeah.
It's big business.
But we've got to remember as well, though. I know why people are worried about HMOs with the migrant crisis we've got, but a lot of them aren't for migrants. They're just for normal hard-working people. But I just do not like the idea of kicking a family out.
Obviously, since we've spoke, obviously people messaged me.
Yeah.
Obviously made the situation known to me. And I'm like, look,
But Circle Air,
they're the problem.
if you're a landlord, and I'll try and appeal to you now, if you're a landlord and you get offered money off Circle, don't do it. Don't take the devil's
So how do we
dollar.
combat Circle then?
So
You just say no to them. You just say no. If they're good tenants and they look after your property and they pay you on time.
It's mad.
Why just keep chasing more money?
It's just so greedy, isn't it?
It's great. It is great.
It's a house, right? That they're splitting to just get more out of.
Yeah.
But we do find a lot of these, become Circle properties, HMOs, are people who have invested probably for pensions or whatever, don't even live round here.
Yeah,
probably never even been round here.
There'll be hedge funds in London that are just exploiting the working class areas again.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And it's all over, and it's not reported in mainstream media as I'd like to see, but you can go on YouTube and there's various channels available to see what is happening across the country. People are glad about it.
But as councillors, we only find out once a planning application goes in. A planning application goes in for a change of use.
It's just slide that.
Yeah. So I mean, as an example, I got heads up of a property being redeveloped up in Agfold. I'll not give the address out, and they're worried about it being an HMO because the builders there say, he's got properties in other areas and they turn into HMO. So I called that property in to the planning committee, which will be heard in either September or October, so they can decide. So they can decide then. And all the council stances them on it, no more HMOs of a certain size in the borough, and hopefully that'll put, and it will be just for a family home, you know.
Put
So,
them restrictions on.
but the point is that people, if they do get wind of that, because like Jamie says, there's hundreds of planning applications win every month.
Yeah.
Some that we'll pick up on, you know, we get given lists and what have you, but some we won't, you know. So we've got to rely on people telling us.
Yeah. I think people will be quite happy to say about that.
Yeah.
They do, yeah.
It's just I think we were about before the crime and stuff.
They do. Anything what anyone comes to us about, like I said, crime, building, anything like that,
Yes.
we do sort.
That were it. So on the back of that, community engagement. Yeah. What was this last time we said? I think how can people get more involved with you guys if they wanted? Because did you see these questionnaires and surveys and that?
Yeah, I mean,
What?
I'll be honest with you, majority's done online now. I mean, that's you've instantly got reached an audience, but we do go out with leaflets. You know, there's leaflets. We try and do one every quarter.
Yeah.
Just a question on that. So these online now. I just try some like them old school town hall meetings. You get people for
Yeah, we do.
Do you? Oh,
Yeah.
do you?
We have surgery. We have surgeries.
We have council surgeries.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah, so I'll be honest with you, there's only 1 or 2 people come. You know,
Where do you advertise it on that?
well, it's on our pages. We advertise it.
We have posters
week
up in
before,
community
day
places
before,
as
you know.
well.
See, I've never seen that, mate.
Yeah.
I promise, I'm not saying it, people. I've
But
never
have you
seen.
searched for it?
No, but what I'm saying is
That's
it
what I
existed.
mean. Yeah. So
So we have
if
one
people
Thursday.
on the council's website page.
Do every week.
No, we have one Thursday of the month, which is in the evening at Dorset Road Community
So what?
Centre.
I'll put it on after. So one
Right.
Thursday every month.
Yeah, we'll show our poster, my council poster. So one Thursday of the month is at Dorset Road, which is 7 to 8 at night.
Right.
And we have one Saturday a month at Atherton Town Hall,
Right.
which is earlier, which is 10 to
Haven't
12.
turned up. What is that?
Atherton Town Hall.
The one that's still.
Sorry, no.
I thought
Well, they should call it the library now, but it's
they're
that
run down now, isn't it?
No,
No,
that's
that's
the
that's
old
the
library building.
tech school.
The Town Hall.
So no, it should be.
No, Town Hall's still up and running,
Okay.
but they moved the library into it.
What's that library on back of that? Just to cut it. What are you going on with it?
It's a private.
Well, it's a private.
owner.
It's a private health hazard.
It
Yeah,
is.
well, there
So we might have a roof on it.
is work started on it now.
Yeah, we've
Well,
got.
doing an HMO.
Well, that's what he wanted originally.
Well, I can imagine, yeah.
He wanted.
Right,
We've got a section 215 on it.
Wanted
to
a
try and get it
47,
safe.
made it into 47
bedroom.
47?
47.
Bedroom.
So that got turned. And we put a stop to that.
What's the plan for
And
it?
now he wants 12 apartments in it.
Why? Just
Well, I mean,
make
I
it so
think they're not going to be HMO. They're going to be
Is it all
12.
Milford again?
No.
Is it a private
Well,
one?
It's a local
Private.
private.
I know it is.
service.
I'm not
I don't
name
know.
anything. Yeah, but-
It's like, why not use it? I don't know. It's one of them.
He has a few
like-
properties what I run down.
But
Yeah.
for me, that now, whoever it is, should have been told, listen, sort your building out. Otherwise,
He has
Oh, I see.
in
Oh,
all
okay.
certain time.
I'll put
So
twice.
you'll see if you go past it now, there's things on the roof to stop people climbing in
Yeah,
there
no,
and
but
security.
no.
But he took so much for the amount of money that he paid for it,
It's
which we Atherton did well out of that.
It's
Because,
wild to me that he would rather not spend money than risk a brick or whatever on someone's head.
yeah,
It's mad. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, and
Well,
that's our concern. So I can't remember. Is it section 215?
Section 2.
215 has been served, which we pushed for, and other properties,
To
not
clean
just
it.
what he owns.
To
There's other
tidy it up,
properties,
yeah,
you
that's it.
know. And we pushed for that, and they have to basically take notice of it. Otherwise, I mean, so for example, if they don't, they'll get taken.
So if they don't do, like there's a few buildings that we've mentioned, have got section 215 now, which have recently been
I'm not.
and land.
Wow.
So if the owner does not
Conform. Comply with it.
comply
Conform.
with section 215, they have so long to do it. If it's not, the council can do the work, and then the charge they put on that building or land.
Yeah, they won't pay because the council. It's just,
No,
it's just
so
massively-
so if it comes to redeveloping like the building or it gets sold, that charge is on there till the council gets it back.
But as a council,
They will, it's legal.
It's legal,
They
so-
have to.
I think these people got that much money, not bothered. Are they?
And it's just to
like,
force owners of land and buildings that are derelict
It is mad though, that.
or structurally unsafe to actually act and do something. Otherwise, they're stuck in that
But
money.
it's like that. I mean, just
It's
to go back to it as a library, it was council land, wasn't it?
And tech school.
It was a
yeah.
technical
And it's taken
college
away.
and a library.
Like,
Yeah.
Man, just taking everything away. The houses went.
Well,
Everything went.
we was trying to put like basically a consortium together. You know, I don't want to say like that, but we put a consortium together. Then COVID came.
Yeah.
And
they did it specifically to stop you.
yeah, definitely. You know, but another master plan by Wigan. But what happened with it is that obviously the different groups couldn't meet to put the final plans into place. One or two dropped out with it being COVID, as they would. And the council still asked for
it to go
to be their plan to be submitted.
It happened.
We couldn't even leave our house.
But
we couldn't even leave our house. Never mind submitting a plan.
It's happened twice that because you know.
So I mean, they took advantage of that situation.
Yeah, definitely took advantage of it.
14, 15 years ago, we did have a consortium. We did put a master plan in. We did get a grant to do an affordability study on it, and it worked. And it weren't just groups in Atherton, it was a lot of groups in Atherton. Some groups Bolton based but wanted outreach.
And the boundary change of it?
No, it was outreach for Atherton. Yeah. You know, the areas, the space was there, the building was being used, and we could pull it.
Still in working condition.
We could do it. It was being used by the NHS at the time and the library was still in.
What is this, the Farm York?
No, this was tech and the library building.
Oh, so the library building still, sorry.
So then the council basically
came in and went,
no, the NHS moved out because that changed. They forced the library into disrepair and moved that into the town hall.
Middle of Wigan, probably.
No, it's in Atherton.
I'm just saying.
It's more like a book corner now than
it's so upsetting.
Atherton, right, for me, is just having everything taken away, nothing given back.
Yep.
It is, honestly, genuinely is. And I feel like just the people I've spoke to, the mood in Atherton is just like depressed.
They treat us as a commuter town.
Yeah, and I feel like
not an actual.
It's like just to keep saying these knife boxes things. Every town around here has got a part from me, and it's mad. But they thought, we'll not give them to them. Just one to do, you know what I mean? But they've not done it. And it feels like the baths went, then the high school went, then the library went, and it's like I feel like. How can I put it now? You destroy it by socio-economics and education. Yeah. No one's getting educated properly in Atherton. Yeah. They're not. Because I mean, I don't know about Atherton School. I can't say anything, but I feel like there's nothing in Atherton for people to raise themselves.
Going back, even though we had a brilliant Atherton swimming baths was brilliant.
Yeah, well,
I learned swim there. I swam for Atherton Swimming Club and stuff like that. So it was a brilliant. Then obviously it got moved to Outbridge.
Which we still have to pay for.
Yeah, and it's still in Atherton, right? So obviously, before I was elected, Atherton Baths had gone. We managed to get funding, or as a town, we secured funding to do Outbridge Sports Centre up, which was a bonus.
Yeah.
Do the AstroTurf and stuff and all that. That was a bonus for Atherton, wasn't it? We fully supported that.
I know what's going on.
Obviously, they were shutting the high school. We campaigned for that. We got it. We got an high school in Atherton. It's doing. Yeah, it went a bit rocky, but it's doing brilliant now. I'm sending my own kid.
I think this guy.
When they shut Lisa
he's got a bit old school. So from what I've heard, he's changing things, and he's just. Yeah. That's what it needs, though. Yeah. But what I mean is, in terms of Atherton, I don't know. In terms of Atherton as a whole, how can I put? I don't want to get into conspiracy theories, but it's just sort of like, right, if you remove everything, it'll just.
And it's hard. It's hard.
It's not just happening to Atherton. It's happening to a lot of towns. We fully get it. I've asked for youth clubs. I mean, the Farm Beyond, that's gone. I mean, you see people on social media, the Farm Beyond again, bringing that up. But it was well used. It was well used.
We've not got a big public space. What events can happen in?
Indoors. You had karate classes on every night, indoor bowling, and there's always something on for people.
But it's like I said, I keep saying to yesterday at Joe Platts, and I feel like Evans has got. I say I feel like it's neglected. I said the fact is that I keep saying about this knife stuff. The fact is, because you're not putting anything here, it shows you don't give a shit. They don't care. I'm like, I feel like you guys are just there because. There has to be a political representation.
No,
just it's my opinion.
Yeah.
Because everything you do, you always get shit on or poop and
we put motions through. I'll try to say it in layman's terms, right? So to save face, the Labour Council, we put motions through.
Yeah.
They'll
agree with you.
No, well, they'll agree with us, but they'll not vote it through on the night. But it will come back at some point in a different form. So when I first got elected, I've asked for a scheme basically just to improve town centres and estates. That got voted down, and it came back as the Atherton scheme, which they no longer do. Yeah. So you'll probably still see posters about it. We love Atherton and all that. We've asked for zero tolerance on ASB and tenancies, because for me, for any society to go forward, you've got to have a lawful society rather than a lawless one. You know what I mean? So we can't have people thinking that they're good.
95% being that way.
Oh yeah, there's only one or two, Chris.
Yeah, I genuinely believe that the problem is there's nothing to be proud of in Atherton anymore. There's nothing that people take pride in, right? And the most what gets me is the more beautifully structured, the most beautifully aesthetic building is the church.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is a private institute. It's a Church of England. Yeah. But it's like that's all we've got. But no one's religious. No one's religious.
You've got.
And it's just like nothing to take pride in.
Well, architecture. I mean, you always get told to leak up at buildings, don't you? So we go back to like the shop frontage and stuff like that. That's what. This is what we need. We need to get back to basics, where we need to have a clean streets, weed-free streets. We need. And it's not just on the council. This is on everybody, business owners and people. Just clean up your front. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier.
I'm not arguing, but I defend Atherton there in terms of it's not. I think people take pride in the front. Me, I do. Obviously, when I say the front, I mean the pavement and stuff. It's always whenever I walk in there, I'm not thinking, until when council don't empty bins.
Yeah.
And it's not honestly right. Back then, I just think it's. I walk in home, I took a picture. I thought it's embarrassing, and it's just like that. And I think surely a council would just drove past here and thought, I'll do it.
The issue we get is that
we're reporting constantly.
We always seem to have the only vehicle that breaks down quite a lot. That's the excuse what we get. We also get the team. Some of the members on holiday. There's a new team on there, so it's like
street bins.
Did they not get a list? Surely they must get given a map where all the bins are.
I said there's over 250 bins, street bins, in Atherton, and some get done daily. Some get done 2 or 3 times a week. Some get done once or twice a week. Some get done once a week.
Some get done a week.
But we've also got the issue though as well, Chris, where they will empty the bins, and then there's some residents unfortunately dumping household rubbish next to the bins. You know, so they see it empty. So I'll go and take my bulk bin out. Right?
I understand that. What gets me is like people who walk dogs, and then they see that mound of this sort. And it's like, come on, mate. Take it up and the toilet.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't have a dog. I can't think of it. What I mean, it's just like common sense, isn't it?
Well, I do. I have dogs. I take it home.
I know. What I mean is like people just need to obviously get out and play and then do that. But I think that again comes down to I don't give a shit about it anymore. Right?
We do have a lot of people that take pride, and I think that's one of the best things we have in Atherton is the community spirit we have. You know, we have. Obviously, we volunteer with the Friends of Atherton Parks, which we've mentioned before. So we're always, when future development does come and we do get money, it goes into the parks what need it.
That one near mine does. Jesus.
Yeah, so Central Park. Central Park is mainly done through the Friends group, but we have been up on Devonshire Road.
What thing though? We have been. What aren't we? I shot nothing thing.
Well, the up to North Park.
Up to North Park.
You've done that use.
Sorry, Central Park.
So that is being
Central Station.
When they through this walking and cycling scheme.
All right.
So it's being done through that. Yeah, there's going to be. Well,
that's what I mean. That's where we've got to have this master plan to make sure that other things benefit from projects.
I get it. So obviously, all going to cohesion with each other. But I'm just trying. It's like I don't know. For me personally, I love Atherton at home, but I feel like there's nothing. Like I said, the baths obviously There's nothing like community space that people think, I want to take pride in.
Yeah, well, the issue with the baths, we'll go back to Mayfield Street baths.
At school.
It's lack of foresight by the council, which you found out is a lot of things, because now all these old Victorian baths are all the rage. You know, a lot of the reasoning behind closing the baths was maintenance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Maintenance and repair.
We were young when we were in Bath Short.
Yeah, I mean, it did need a lot of work doing, to be honest with you.
When we were young for water and Atherton and stuff, right? And there's used on factory, not factory, but it is factory, they said Phillips.
Yeah,
Victoria.
You go down Valley,
Victoria.
you go past all, and you're going to point out like different bits of Victorian building, brickwork, whatever. And it's like, oh, that's done now. Like, there was certain, there was designs that was good to look at. It's just like, now you think, just done with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's nothing to do for anybody. There's no, let's say, institution or, it's all private stuff, like I said now. Like, everybody's just paying for it, it's like, we can't afford it. It's just, because people just depressed, I think.
So this is where we needed the Formby Hall, which we thought to save, and a community space like it or something better, but it's...
yeah, I think that
you're highlighting things that we've been fighting for for years,
We do. We're doing the council chamber. We're doing meetings. What we have scrutiny meetings. We put Atherton first.
That's the
difference.
What we need.
Us being independent.
Honestly, Stuart Gerrard is the Superman of Atherton. I would like to tell this story a bit last time. So, for those that don't know, there were a pair of lungs on Carbank Street. A mysterious pair of lungs suddenly appeared. Keith Emerson would love this, that's all the story. So, all of a sudden, Facebook was awash with there's a pair of lungs on Carbank Street.
We both went out.
What shall we do?
We both went to report.
I know, we'll tag Stuart Gerrard. So it's out laughing my at me. Stuart Gerrard, there's a pair of lungs on Carbank Street.
I went out to Adelaide.
And I was laughing at me thinking, why are they tagging Stuart Gerrard? Get your phone out and ring 999, surely, or whatever.
Yeah.
So next thing, best post were, I have arrived at Carbank Street and yes, there are a pair of lungs here. I have phoned the police there on the way. I was laughing my head off. I was laughing my head off. I thought they got his brother for full police.
Yeah.
So next post was lungs confirmed as pig lungs that were dropped by a resident who was feeding his dog. And I just think, and it's so funny, Atherton, mate. Like it's brilliant.
Oh, we've got some characters.
That on the residence page is one of the best things going.
Yeah, we've got some characters,
Stuart Gerrard, 50 million, Stuart Gerrard, what can we do about this? I say, but you got it, took his fucking breath away, didn't it? But what I mean is like, other than when it's so funny, mate. But that night,
probably needed a long time.
Honestly, God. But like you get. I want to actively a lot winding people up as people know. But I look at the thing, Stuart Gerrard, like you get tagged in stuff. I think, what's he gonna do?
The best thing is,
do you know what I mean? I know you're trying to help him, but
because me, Stuart, and Paul all live in Atherton.
Yeah.
Obviously, me and Stuart's been born and bred Atherton anyway, like yourself. And
sadly,
and so when things do happen, we know the area, we know what's happening, we know who to direct to whatever situation's happening. We get things sorted. But
what are you going to do there? Stuart Gerrard, my car's broke down. Can you help?
I've been knee deep in water.
I know you were going to do above and beyond, but. I just think then you get someone who's really pissed off about something that do you think give him a break, giving you abuse for like the bin's not being emptied, and you're like, I'm not Wigan Council. Yeah. And it's like, I feel like.
Well, I mean, we will report it. Anything what people, but there is. And I mentioned this to Wigan Council. Their website is shocking. Oh, it's not very user friendly for people to actually report something. They used to have an app called the Report It app, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they got rid of that because that weren't fit for purpose.
Because we had a lot of reports.
Well, that as well, but it weren't really fit for purpose. Right. So Wigan Council thinking we can do things better. Rather than creating an app, it's just a web-based.
Yeah, because I actually tried to get me now. So she was her own now, she had two. And I tried to get funding in terms of like rails in roads. Yeah. Try and get that, mate. Yeah, you have to go through this page, you back that.
Yeah, it's not very user friendly. We've asked.
It's occupational.
Honestly,
it's a time frame.
Does she live on her own? Yes. Is she had a beer? I'm like, she's 92.
Yeah.
Frail, like whatever. well, we can't do anything about it. And it's like, well, I've gone through all this rigmarole, this website, and I thought, my neck was on wrong.
So they brought out what they call the members' inquiry system for ourselves, which is not that bad. But what we've asked them for is to do something similar for the residents. Yeah, so, which they have done, but it still isn't that good.
It's reported. You have to go through your own online thing.
Registering accounts and all that. Well, there is another app called My Streets, something like that. But Wigan Council don't participate in it. But that is probably one of for a local. Yeah, it's so easy. It picks you up on your location. What's the issue? We'll take a picture. Done. Sort it. And it's.
It is mad though, like I say, that Wigan control what happens here and they just, I don't even Wigan Council are in touch with me. It is. I just feel like Atherton's getting left behind. It's not.
Yeah. Well, years ago, Norman Bradbury he pushed for a town council.
Yeah.
Which would mean basically that
they have the power.
That they'd have more say. So to be,
we have thousands of signatures.
Probably each household will probably have to pay. Well, you could pay whatever you wanted. You could pay an extra £5, £10, but that money raised will go back into Atherton. Well, what happened was they sent it out for a survey through the old.
No.
Basically, you're not fair. Because they sent it out in the Borough Life, right? Which nobody ever reads. It went out into the Borough Life.
Didn't get it delivered.
Yeah, not really.
So we're going to places like Orrell and Standish and the other side of the borough, no one give a toss basically what happened in Atherton.
Instead of doing local,
and because they said only so many people responded, which the majority of people in Atherton did.
Such nasty.
So rather than sending it local, so we asked again, why not do it on a ballot papers when it is a local election? Yeah. As well as voting for your councillor, you can vote if you want to. A town council, no.
Yeah.
Because they know what the result would be.
That's what I mean. I feel like I genuinely believe that they're trying to kill Atherton off me, 100%. I do.
Well, they try and kill a lot of areas off, and it's not just Wigan Borough doing it, and a lot of it,
But people are getting in the mindset as well now where they're thinking, doesn't bother me that, and that's a wrong mindset of stuff. So it's like all the 20 odd to 30% of people who are eligible to vote in Atherton vote. Don't vote. If you don't vote, you shouldn't whinge. Because at the end of the day, if you don't get out and have your say, you can't change anything.
But you see it a lot on social media where people vote this, that, and the other.
I didn't believe you as well. People are sick of politics.
Yeah.
They're sick of that.
Well, the thing is, though, Chris, and I mentioned it before, we've got a massive majority in Wigan Council of Labour councillors, right? So whatever their leader says or whatever, that goes. So what we need is a bit more fairness and equality.
There is.
On the.
I know, but I believe so. But didn't obviously all this the sex thing.
Yeah, well, we need.
They walked out, didn't they?
Yeah, well,
that's what I'm saying. That's a red flag, though.
But we need fairness and equality in that chamber, and that only means because Labour will get a certain amount of votes, not just in Atherton ward, in all wards across the borough. So if people do want change, they need to vote for it. So you mentioned about politics not working. It will work if people actually go out to vote.
I just think with everything that's going on the last few years.
You got to remember the Labour, Tories to a point, and probably Reform, they're political machines.
Yeah, remember when it's local, vote for someone you probably know.
Yeah. You
see, and just ignore what political party it is.
Yeah, but I think just because it's just, I think now with social media and everything else, you just see it all the time. It's just politics. People are just like, God, great, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I understand why, because ultimately they think it's only a local election, but it does make a difference. I understand.
Well, it does.
But, you know what I mean? It's just one of them. It's just you can't change people's.
For example, say there's 10,000 people eligible to vote just in Atherton North. 23 to 32% average turnout, isn't it? Each election. So that's only probably about 3,000 or 4,000 votes. It's nothing.
So the majority of people, the silent majority,
And it's
Yeah,
it's
change
something
it,
that-
you know what I mean?
It's you, innit?
And if it's not us who they vote for, that's fair enough. That's the democracy.
That's it.
But
But
it
some
is,
people, the people who are complaining
Don't know.
or causing issues are the people what are not having a vote.
They're the people that text you down.
Yeah.
They need something. So I think.
But get out there,
Yeah,
volunteer.
I think the message always on it is obviously is if you want to get involved, get involved.
yeah, there's plenty of groups, and like we'll mention it now. You mentioned about we mentioned it last time, didn't we, about the Friends of Atherton Parks group. Obviously, there's more than just Atherton, the main Atherton Park. But if people do want to get involved and do things on them parks, they can come under our committee.
I'll share it on mine.
Yeah.
And equipment and stuff. There's places where we can get equipment.
You know, they come and volunteer for a weekend or so, you know. And,
Yeah, the Green Grass Centre in Atherton on Spa Road, which is another little community run centre.
I'm unaware of all these things, mate. So what I'm saying is, I'll help promote it as well.
But they have equipment, so like we said about people tidying up the gardens, not just shops.
Oh, you can borrow it and stuff.
They're doing a shed scheme. I forgot off the top of my head what it is, but eventually you'll be able to lend equipment to go and do something
One of us
Yeah.
should walk
and
on
stuff
mine.
like that. But you know, it's stuff like that getting people
that's a good
access
idea.
to
Yeah,
everything.
because it's a social aspect of it as well.
Yeah.
But so what we'll do, we'll leave it there for now, right? Because we'll put this one out.
Yeah.
People watch it. It leads to more questions, and we can keep doing it. So obviously, Paul needs to get the come involved in it. So we'll leave it there. I'll go up to him to get it on because now it sounds bang on, man. Well, I'll aim to get it on by Friday over the weekend, and then what can you do next Wednesday?
I'm away Wednesday. On Monday or Tuesday, I'm free.
Sounds don't do well. I'll do Tuesday, give it the weekend, so everything comes over the weekend.
Yeah.
And watch it.
I'm down in Oxford
That's
Thursday,
it.
Friday.
So
All it is.
Thanks.
Yeah, all it is when I do, depending when we do the next one.
Don't leave that. Let me take it off. So I'll just I'll don't tell me your personal stuff on there. Yeah.